Hey, this is Let's Talk Human Podcast. I'm your host, Darius D. McKinney, and I'm in the woods area close to my home and everything, and I just wanted to kind of come out and, start some kind of conversation about President Trump's 100 days in office and everything like that. These geese are crazy. I don't even know if you can see them. I got to turn because I got it on a certain tracking me. But you see that geese over there? Those geese are everywhere. I drive and they come right out onto traffic. I go to the grocery store and they just kind of they won't move. They'll stand there like you gotta move. So they boss hogging. The geese are boss hogging, and it's almost makes me want to call some Haitians from Springfield, Ohio, to take care of business. Okay, joke. Okay, it was a joke. Okay, calm down. Okay, but look, the 100 days in office of President Trump, and to try to put it into words, because I know even as a black man and the black community hates Trump, you know what I mean, and I'm tired of a lot of the whack ass podcasters and social influencers and call themselves for being new conservatives and stuff like that, and like they saying, the black men fought for Trump. 87% of black men voted against Trump. 92%, I'll say 96% of black women voted against Trump. So let me say that again. 87% of black men voted against Trump. Voted for Kamala, literally. And 92 to 96% of black women voted for Kamala. Okay? Don't tell me about the mindset of black people. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. I really think that the damage that's been done to us over the last 20 to 30 years with Clinton, Obama, and Biden is so catastrophic to our own people, to our community, that I don't even know how you guys did it. I don't know how you majority. How did you vote for Kamala when you kind of know what the end results is gonna be? You know what I'm saying? I say pay attention a little bit to what the results were, what the outcome is, what the actual thing that actually happened. You get what I'm saying? And what is that? You know that when it came to black Americans versus foreigners got the upper hand on us. You know that. That's facts. Okay? When it goes to any other cause or minority group or tagline to some kind of specific disenfranchisement, when it's everybody else versus black Americans, everybody else won out. We lost and everything. Grants. Now, I'm telling you, for 20, 30, 40 years since Ronald Reagan, we've been saying, man, they're giving a lot of money to foreigners, and they really giving them a really good cushion to come into the country, set themselves up, and actually grow and become successful. They're giving them a good leg up. They're giving them a good boost. You get what I'm saying? That was a theory of ours. That was a theory. We didn't know if it was the truth or not. We kind of just thought of it. And these are people that us that was thinking. People that were kind of been political or intellectual in the theories of what was going on economically in the country. And what's the downtrodden of black Americans and the consistency of it. Our theory was they're giving this money away to foreigners and stuff like that. the people that even just gave a shit about this, they were kind of coming up to that thought process. But it was a theory, so we didn't put no energy behind it. We didn't put no motivation behind it. We didn't put no action behind it. We didn't aggressively fight it because it was a theory, and it made us feel like we were being racist and we were being bigoted and all that stuff. And so we kind of shed it like, hey, that's a bad mindset for us to have, but that's our theory. But if we don't got no facts to back it up, then we're not even gonna kind of really put no muscle behind it. Now with Doge, one of the things that people should respect is that every single time that Doge does something, they actually put it on their website, Doge.gov. Doge.gov. Every government website is .gov. Everybody knows this for decades, okay? So you got every newscaster, even Fox News, all of them act like we don't know what Elon Musk and his crew is doing. We don't know what Trump is doing with this Doge. What deficiency of government efficiency and everything. We don't know what is going on. Department of Government Efficiency. We don't know what they're doing. Every single thing they do, they literally do it. When it's actually accomplished, they actually immediately put it onto Doge.gov. And listen, he only been in office for 100 days. 100 days. So for all 100 days, unlimited stuff every single day been getting posted to Doge to say, hey, this is what we're saving. This is what we found. This is what's going on in the government. And we got black Americans. We got like Republicans. We got people that would really, really die to find out what is our government doing and what they're doing with our money. We never had an option to see that. We never had an option to see that. To see exactly what they're doing. So the Democrats and judges, they shroud it in, oh, you can't see what this department is doing because that's got Social Security numbers attached to it. Our government's so fucked, so terrible, so shady, you shouldn't even care. You know, wait, ain't nobody gonna have your Social Security number and flag them out, and then you got other people that's in AI. They say, well, look, Elon Musk, he's in the AI business, and if he's doing data analyzation of every human being's interaction in the country to give a better outread for Doge, then some of that data he can enter into his AI system, which AI only works perfect with data. So they like, oh, you can't let him do that. You can't let him do that. It's y'all crazy. He had to build an AI system in order to do a great system dive into the shadiness of our government. Stuff that they will hide. They can't do it because the system looks at the real data and the real numbers and tell you like, hey, this must equal up to this, but it equals up to nothing. That's an error. I know, I don't want to get too much into the weeds, okay? But this was the first time, Doge was the first time we was able to see, okay, what's been going on in this country? I say since 1920, because when FDR in the 1930s came into office, he put like, our government never changed since the 1930s, since the FDR. All it did was grew and got worse. And then for every law, they put 3 laws that means the same exact thing into play. So you got redundant laws. So if you got a law that's already in the books, it's already been signed to statute, and you sign another law that means the same exact thing, gets the same exact outcome, why are they doing that? To depress the people, to depress the actual citizen. This is not a free country. It's not a free country. You get what I'm saying? The one thing we got going for ourselves is that the government tries to make the people believe that the country is a free country and you got rights. and you got freedom. So why they're trying to kind of manipulate you to think that your freedoms really exist, the people can play within that misdirection play that the government's doing, and they can actually utilize the freedoms that the system is really fighting for them to not have. For example, gun rights, okay? Gun rights, the true meaning of the Second Amendment was that if another government, another country comes into this country to take us over, because that's how the England did in our revolution. They literally was fighting our soldiers of the country, American soldiers of the country, with George Washington and everything like that. But George Washington had to fight over in certain areas, so they couldn't have a security front to every borderline of the country. They couldn't have it. So England would come into our country and take over different cities and lands and stuff where citizens live. And they would take it over, and we had no soldiers there to protect. So they actually held up an actual a fort, or like a security ground for England on our soil, because they took over our citizens' houses and stuff. So the Second Amendment says that no government, military, no government, country, not even our country, should be able to overthrow the American people. The American people should have freedom to be able to protect themselves. You can't leave it up to us to protect you. You have to be able to have the ability to fight for your own self and your own citizenry. So they put the Second Amendment into play. What does that mean? You get to protect self. You get to protect your home. You get to protect your family. You get to protect your neighbor. You get to protect your neighbor. And then together, you guys can group together to protect yourself from government, from any other country's military, from our own military, because you are the you are the overseers of your own military government. But if it turns against you, you should be able to group up together and fight for your freedoms. That's what the Second Amendment means, okay? So it's built that people like Tom Cruise, who can fly like planes and stuff like that, and he has the ability to like literally fly. He could, like Tom Cruise, he literally could pilot like F-18s. That's how good he is. And there's other citizens like that too. But I'm using Tom Cruise because everybody know who Tom Cruise is. But he literally has the ability to literally train and actually pilot F-18s. For real, that's how cold he is. Stealth jets. He has the ability to teach the citizens how to do it. And because a plane is $18 million or something like that, our billionaires and our millionaires are supposed to be able to kind of purchase F-18s, tanks, whatever, for citizens to be able to have the power over their military. That's how that's supposed to be. That's what the Second Amendment's for. But we allow crooked Supreme Court, our actual Senate, and our Congress to damage the actual wording and the actual laws of the Second Amendment and limit us to handguns. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take away rifles from us, but they want to limit us to handguns and maybe 7 rounds on a handgun. That's what they're actually fighting for, and they've been fighting hard for it. And I think the Republicans are giving up so much ground to it that might happen in the next 10 years or so. I really truly believe that. Okay? So this all comes back to Trump's 100 days. And so I know I'm standing topic. I'm weaving, like Trump said. I'm weaving, but I'm gonna come back to the 100 days because all of this is for the 100 days. And it's because of Doge. And I bring it back to that because we, as Black Americans, had a theory that our money, that's the ability to really kind of set the Black culture, the Black neighborhoods, and the Black society of the Black American society into a new paradigm. And for some reason, it keeps getting stagnating. Every time we need to come together, we need to put in a plan and put in a strategy and move on it, something comes up that stops us. It's nothing that's coming up to stop us. It's actually a business for the government to keep the Black people kind of never too far in the hole to climb out, to have the hope to climb out, or that they never so far from the hole that they got distance from the hole. They want to keep us where we can always fall in the hole, and we always can have the hope to climb out the hole. That's how they want the Black Americans, and they actually make money. So many cultures, so many races, so many demographics, so many economic structures of America make money keeping Black people in that mindset, in their activity, how they purchase bread, how they purchase cereal, how they purchase a car, how they purchase a house, anything they're trying to do, rent, everything. They have it where we keep you where you can't quite climb out the hole, but you can't always be so deep into it where you can't climb out of it. So let me say that again. It makes it where Black people have the faith that it's so close to get out of the hole, but they never so distance from being in the hole that they're gaining ground and distance from the hole. That's the business of America when it deals with Black Americans. Okay? I'm gonna come back on here. We're gonna do a second part of this. I just want to give a little, because obviously people, when they watch YouTube, they like short videos. So I'm gonna leave it right there, and we're gonna come back to the whole point of Doge and the Black mindset and how they're kind of manipulate us, and what we should have learned from Doge as Black Americans, looking at where the money goes in the country. So I'm gonna come right back in. I'm just doing these in two parts so I can be able to kind of upload it and put it onto YouTube, and then do a second part to it and continue on my point of view on it. But we'll be right back.